Hello everyone, welcome to our Enlightening Moments with Plenitude. We're so happy for the opportunity to be here with you again on our Sunday evenings at 8 p.m. anywhere in the world. Today we're going to be reading chapter 28 of the Gospel according to Spiritism and our daily bread. So on this chapter, Emmanuel entitles it, it's a question. To what end? And on Paul, on the first letter to the Corinthians, chapter 10, verse 23, it said, but not everything is beneficial. Not everything is beneficial. There have always existed indefinable individuals who thought they have not hurt anyone, equally have not benefited anyone. Examined under the same prism, the activities of the path require a sincere interpretation so that they are not lost in uselessness. It is perfectly correct for a human being to dedicate himself to literature or to honest business practices of the world, and no one will be able to contest the laudable character of those who conscientiously choose their personal line of useful service. Meanwhile, it will be justifiable to know the ultimate purpose of the writer or the purpose of the negotiator. Of what good will it be to the first to produce great works, replete with verbal refinement and theoretic outbursts, if its words are empty of constructive enlightening thought on behalf of the eternal plan of the soul? In what way will the merchant take advantage of his immense fortune achieved through hard work and calculation if it remains stagnant and saves awaiting the folly of the descendants? In both cases, it cannot be said that each of those individuals were involved in an illicit activity. Yes, they had good intention, right? However, they wasted precious time forgetting the fact that minor accomplishments yield an edificating finality. The laborer who is conscious of his required responsibilities does not deviate from the straight path. There is much affliction and bitterness in the factories of terrestrial improvement because its laborers are primarily concerned with material gain, overlooking the purposes of such improvement. Meanwhile, projects and experiments are intensified, but the just and necessary edification is always missing. Emmanuel makes us reflect upon this lesson. Yes, we have our goal and our objective, but what is the true end goal? Where do you want to get? Who is your example? What are you accomplishing with what you're doing? Is it truly meaningful? So let's take that into our heart and let's live with purpose. Let's make wise choices. Let's use the free will that God gave to us to be a sparkle of this divinity and help this world to become even better. So now, let's go to the Gospel according to Spiritism. We are on chapter 28, a collection of Spiritist prayers. The spirits have always said, the form means nothing. The thought is everything. Pray accordingly to our convictions, and in the matter that touches you the most. A good thought is worth more than many words that are foreign to the heart. Nowadays, we already understand the heart-brain connection and how much electrical patterns we have in the heart, and how all these things connect with frequency, and make us understand that it's through feeling, through our emotions, that we're going to be able to connect with God. The spirits do not prescribe any absolute formula for prayer. When they do, it is for focusing one's thoughts, and especially for calling attention to certain principles of the Spiritist doctrine. One other purpose applies to those who have difficulty expressing their ideas, because there are some who do not believe they have truly prayed if their thoughts have not been formulated. So it's super useful, this chapter, because we have days that our minds are all over the place, that we are tired, that although we are connecting through our emotions, we want to have some sort of guidance. And I would say that this chapter is amazing for that. The aim of prayer is to lift our soul to God. The diversity of formulas should not create any differences amongst those who believe in God, and even less amongst the followers of Spiritism, because God accepts all prayers when they are sincere. To believe that God is bound to one specific formula is to attribute to God the pettiness and passions of humankind. According to St. Paul, one essential condition for prayer is that it must be intelligible, so that it may speak to our spirit. Thus, it's not enough for it to be uttered in a language understood only by the one who prays. There are prayers in ordinary language that do not say any more to our mind than if they were spoken in a foreign language, and for that very reason they do not reach the heart. The few ideas that entail are often suffocated by the overabundance of words and the mysticism of the language. The main requirement of prayer is that it be clear, simple, concise, without needless phraseology or an excess of epithets that are merely showy finery. Each word should be important, reveal a thought, and strike a chord. In short, it should cause one to reflect. This is the only condition in which the prayer can achieve its objective. Otherwise, it's only noise. And again, the spirits in 1857 are teaching us that we need to connect to the heart. Nowadays, we understand that there is so much electricity there in the heart, right, physiologically, and that connects to the brain because of neural pathways. When it says here at the end of what we read, that if we don't connect, if we just say a bunch of bubbling words, this is only noise, it makes me remember of the old-fashioned TVs, in the 80s, 90s, where, if you had no signal, think about like a dial. When you tune in the right station, you can listen to music, whether it's a TV or the old-fashioned TVs or even a radio station. When you're not in the right frequency, in the right radio station, you get noise. Shh. Or the image in the TV that you can't see. So let's always do our best to connect our emotions, our sentiments, so that we can truly open our heart, and our requests, our gratitude can be heard. We have the formula. The Gospel According to Spiritism is a wonderful book that we should read a little page every day. Open randomly and let that inspire you. I'm sure it will. So after all this lesson about prayer, it's time for us to do ours from our heart. It's going to be our only requirement. So now, let's calm our thoughts. Taking a deep breath. Filling our lungs with air. Holding for a few seconds. And releasing it. Dear Father of love and goodness, we are so very happy for the opportunity to be here together tonight, connecting on this amazing energy where we honor you. We honor our benefactor, mentors, those who tirelessly never give up on us, our guardian angels that are always by our side. They're always ready to listen to us. We just need to be ready to listen to them. And we're so grateful, knowing that we're never alone. Everything is just a thought away, a prayer away, an action away. Please help us live into this frequency of love, where in every single moment of the journey we remember that we have Jesus to follow. We know that if we do it in that way, we're going to be good people, moral persons. We'll be able to perform without being worried with the future or the past, living in the present moment with integrity, dignity, kindness, love, humbleness. And as we always receive so much through the beautiful lessons that we have on those books, through the inspirations that we get from our mentors, let's now all get together and do the very best part of our meeting, that is to give. Let's imagine this beautiful light, and let's put it in the middle of this room, that this light can be taken by the mentors of Plenitude and can be given tonight to this planet as a sprinkler rain that surrounds planet Earth and blesses every single corner of this planet. Every place that has a need is able to receive it. Let's send our vibrations to the names that we have in the Spirit Center, in the books of the incarnated and discarnated, the books that we have in our house, and those that we have in our hearts. That we can pray for those that are dear to us, those that are facing issues, whether it's of the body, whether it's an emotional issue, whether it's a spiritual issue. Let's pray for those that cannot see the light, for those that have nothing to eat tonight, for those that are locked in a wrongly mental state, and for those that are locked in a physical prison. Knowing that it's all adjustments and pains and sorrows that help us grow. One day, we all know that all the vicissitudes are good in a sense that they taught us to become better. And we're grateful, Father, for allowing the opportunity to grow. With resignation in our hearts, knowing that the tomorrow is always brighter. So very happy for this wonderful time together. I hope you had the chance to connect to the very best version of you and spread a little bit of love as you evoked your mentors, God, into your heart. Now, take this beautiful energy that you have and go have a wonderful week. And we'll meet again next week. Thank you very much. So be it.